They say if you walk into a graveyard at midnight, you shouldn't look over your shoulder because something might be following you. This is not just an urban legend, it happened, and I am going to tell you the story exactly how it was told to me. A story about a boy named Zain who went into the graveyard but didn't come back alone. Zain was 19, a regular guy from a small town. He wasn't superstitious, didn't believe in ghosts, and would often laugh at stories about haunted places. One night, during a dares and truths game with his cousins, someone dared him go to the old graveyard behind the shrine, touch the grave with broken headstone, and record it. Everyone knew about that grave, the one people avoided. It was always damp, no matter the season, and the ground around it had strange marks, like something had crawled out or back in. Zain, cocky and fearless, took the dare. He left with his phone's flashlight on, laughing. The graveyard was silent, too silent. Even the crickets didn't chirp. The air was heavier, colder. Zain walked past rows of neglected graves, overgrown with weeds, until he found it. The grave, cracked headstone, dark, wet soil. He stood beside it, aimed his phone, and whispered into the camera, "Look, nothing scary. It's just a grave." Suddenly the wind stopped. Everything froze. Then his phone glitched, screen flickered, and in that split second, he saw it. A face behind him, white eyes, no lips, just breathing. He ran, didn't look back, made it home, started pounding. Everyone laughed it off. They said it was just fear playing tricks. But Zain wasn't the same after that. The next day he stayed quiet, eyes swollen, said he had nightmares of being buried alive. That something kept whispering, "You touched my door." That night, his cousin found him standing in the backyard at 2 a.m., staring at the sky, feet covered in grave soil. They tried to joke about it again, but Zain didn't laugh anymore. He barely ate. He started talking to himself. He would sit in the corner, scratching at the wall, muttering, "She follows. She doesn't like to be seen." Maria, his elder sister, checked his phone. In the video he recorded at the graveyard, right before the screen glitched, a hand could be seen reaching from behind the headstone. Not human. Long, twisted fingers with burnt skin. And in the audio, beneath Zain's voice, was a second voice, high-pitched, like a child, but hollow. It said, "You shouldn't have come alone." From that night, mirrors around the house started cracking. Doors slammed on their own. Zain's room smelled of mud, wet mud, even though he hadn't left for days. One morning, Maria found muddy footprints leading from the front gate to Zain's bed. But here is the thing. They were barefoot and they started at the door, not towards it. Zain grew weaker. He would speak less and stare more. One day he looked straight at Maria and whispered, "She likes me. She says I'm hers now. She came back with me." They brought a religious scholar. He entered Zain's room, recited verses, but suddenly he screamed, fell to his knees, and ran out. He told the family, "This is not your brother in there anymore. Something has taken his place, and it won't leave." Zain began drawing on the walls, dark symbols, faces with no eyes, trees with hanging bodies, and always one grave, the broken headstone. One night he vanished. The windows were shut, doors locked, no signs of forced entry, no struggle, just the same muddy footprints leading to the mirror in his room, and written on the glass in reverse were the words, "I never said I came alone." They found Zain a week later in the graveyard, inside the same grave he had touched. The soil had been freshly dug. His body was blotted, skin pale, nails black, eyes missing, and on his chest was carved a name, Amira, the spirit, the one who waited, the one who came back with him. No one dares visit that grave anymore. The headstone is now shattered completely, and those who walk by say sometimes at night they hear footsteps behind them and a girl's voice whispering, "Go ahead, touch it again."